the trash talk tailgate.
Strong right slot, Z right. Spider 2Y banana seal.
You're going to call it like it's your favorite play you've ever gotten in your life.
Coming to you live from the casting couch to talk about Week 9 college football action. That's right, it's your boys here at the TTT, Riley, Puddin' Peters, and defensive backs quality control coach, Dr. Preston Rowe. And we are somehow combined. You would never know.
It is crazy.
And this time, we're here to talk about Oregon versus Utah. That is number 8 Oregon versus number 13 Utah. A top 15 matchup. Almost top 10.
Yeah.
And a Pac-12 shootout. But there wasn't much shooting from one side.
No.
As Oregon handles Utah 35-6. And man, this one was a little bit definitely a little bit one-sided. I think the big highlight for me is Oregon's defense, man, absolutely I mean essentially pitching the shutout. Only field goal scored from a rather potent Utah offense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been a thing this whole season, is just Utah has been a very good team. They've showed up consistently and played good football. So, watching them just struggle to tread water like the Ducks. But so Oregon's defense, they get 2 interceptions out of Utah. They also held Utah to under 250 total yards. That's rushing and receiving.
That's crazy.
Throwing. Yeah, dude.
That's
Oregon's
insane.
defense. Oregon's defense is legit, man. I think that's something. That's something that we all just must accept now.
I mean, they've got a former SEC coach, came from Georgia, the former DC at Georgia. So that's the one thing we've been saying all year, is that Oregon understands you have to build from the trenches. And they have done that.
They did.
Yeah.
They built from the trenches, and oh man, did them trenches speak this week. I mean, listen, the highlight is obviously Bo Nix, 24 for 31 for 248, 3 total touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 rushing. I think he only added like 8 rushing yards to that, so that's not too important. But the throwing attack was very potent. The overall running attack, 142 yards overall from the Oregon Ducks. I mean, that combined with the dominance of their defensive line and controlling the line of scrimmage and not allowing Utah to get anything going, that's a potent bub combo right there for sure. They were giving it to him.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think the big takeaway from this game for me is, well, first of all, we've had some bangers of top 10 matchups this year. Top 15 matchups. Ohio State, Notre Dame comes to mind. Oregon, Washington a few weeks ago, and they've just been fucking shootouts, fist fights, just slug them out, great games. So we were bound to have, at some point, a game that was a fucking huge letdown.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize how many injuries Utah has had on the year. They're on their 3rd string quarterback. Bryson Barnes was a former walk-on. Cam Rising, their starters, out for the year. They their top 2 running backs are out. They have to have their starting safety, Sione Vaki, play running back for them. That's
Yes.
They have been decimated by injuries all year, and I think that whenever you go up against just a big, talented, bruising opponent, especially in both sides of the trenches like Oregon, you can't keep up. You know what I mean? You're gonna crater eventually. The injuries are gonna take too much of a toll.
Yeah, Oregon. I mean, Oregon's been giving it to teams that are fully healthy all season. It's a hard squad to deal with.
It is.
Washington is a very, very impressive squad, and that's their one,
Yep.
But besides that, everyone else has shown up, knocked on the door, and got kicked to the curb. This Oregon's Duck team, they're legit. They're big and they're fast, and that is not a combo you often get together. Usually fast teams, their lines aren't necessarily big per se.
Or
they're
physical.
athletic. Yeah, they're athletic and they're talented, but they're not big. But this Oregon line is big and fast. And that is something that, especially when you mix it up in this offense that they've put together, with Bo Nix slinging it like a 10th year senior that he is.
Dude, he went to the J.T. Barrett school of just fucking NCAA eligibility.
He went to the Cordell school of I'm not playing school.
Dude, I think another big thing, we kind of touched on it. I mean, Utah, they were just overmatched from the beginning. I mean, if you're going to beat a team like that when you're so overmatched, you have to be really effective on third down. You have to give yourself third and shorts to be able to manage third down. They were 5 of 15 on third down. They lost the turnover battle 2-0. Whenever you're that overmatched already, you can't keep on shooting yourself in the foot like that. And Oregon, they just looked dominant, dude. I mean, They looked dominant, and they said it before the game. Utah, they're the 2-time reigning Pac-12 champs. Oregon, they said it. If you want to be the best, we want to be the best, you have to go in and you have to beat the best. And Utah, whether people want to admit it or not, they have been the premier program in the Pac-12 the last few years.
Yeah, they've been by far one of the most consistent.
Yes.
I think the argument about consistency with Utah is there, man. They show up, they play hard-nosed football, and they always seem to find themselves in the position to either upset somebody and somewhere in the season and kind of put a dent in their stuff, or just outright be one of the top teams in the Pac-12. So Utah, always a team to watch out for, but Oregon, man, them Ducks are fast.
They are, man. I mean, another stat that really jumps out to me, Riley, is just the yards per attempt on the ground. Mm-hmm. Oregon was over 5 yards a carry. Utah was under 3. That's significant.
Yeah, 5 yards a carry. That you can't ask for more from a rushing attack.
No,
that is like the stereotypical hallmark of a very potent rushing attack. At least 5 yards a carry.
Yep. Any team that has Riley putting Peters on it should be aiming to rush for 5 yards a carry.
Yeah, dude. If you claim yourself as a bub squad, you can't get that 5 yards a carry, dude. You just gotta rethink it, or just 3 yards in a cloud of dust as much as you can.
Yep.
But you can't be under 3 yards in rushing attempts, man. That's not going to win you any football games. But like you said, man, Utah, it's a team with a lot of injuries. They're also a tough squad, so I expect to see them bounce back from this. I don't expect this to be a gun in the foot of their season. This is a very good team. You can't hate yourself too much for losing like that to Utah. So or to Oregon if you're Utah. So. Great game overall, though. Oregon, they're still on the path. They're trying to reconcile that one loss and maybe keep themselves in a position to make the college football playoffs.
I mean, if Washington loses a game, which the Pac-12 is so deep this year, it's still the best conference in football, in my opinion. They are so deep. Washington, they struggled with Arizona State a week ago. If Washington loses a game, Oregon's right back in it.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude. The Pac-12 has been known to fucking cannibalize itself.
Nah, for sure. This year they are really just throwing haymakers on themselves. So, but besides that, man, I don't got much more for Oregon, Utah. This was
a great game, man. I mean,
for Oregon.
A great game for Oregon. If you're a Ducks fan, I mean. I had Utah winning. It seems kind of stupid in hindsight, but I think that Utah is one of the most well-coached teams throughout all of college football. Kyle Whittingham, I think, doesn't get the credit that he deserves because, they don't. Dude, it's Utah. They got a bunch of Mormons.
Yeah, dude.
Like, they don't have talent like that.
They rightfully don't respect the state of Utah. But, the football team, the Utes, you should definitely respect them. You can't overlook the Utes.
No.
All right, man. Well, this was a good one, man. We're gonna move on to the next game, folks. Please like, comment, subscribe. Keep checking out all of the games from Week 9 as we keep covering here on the TTT.
Yes.
We're out of here, y'all. Peace.